Hi, everyone, and welcome to week 2 of the 12 weeks of Christmas gifts collaboration. This week, what I have is going to be including a tutorial at the end of this video so that you can see how I made this. This is a little chocolate box. Now, who doesn't like receiving chocolates at Christmas time? And this holds 2 of these um, Lindor chocolates, the long truffle bars. So this box will actually hold 2 of them. And I thought it was super cute. And I wanted something different that maybe you could use the box again for something else. You could probably just take off where it says the holiday cheer. This is just popped up with pop dots. So what I did was I used craft cardstock. And then I used some paper that I had in my stash, a paper pack that I've had for a long time that I got at Walmart. And it's this color box. And it's really pretty with the blues and the browns. And it also has some glittery, and there's some papers in here I think that has a little bit of foil or no, actually maybe it's just glitter, but it's really pretty. So I used that paper stack for this, and I double layered the paper on the box. And then what I used was I used some of my punches to punch out some of the paper. And like I said, this popped up on Pop Dots. And it says Holiday Cheers. And then I just used some of my Wild Orchid Craft flowers. Just a few here and there. I have a cherry blossom with a beautiful blue tint on the edge of the petals. I have some open roses in different sizes. I have this beautiful stamen here, and then of course I have some of the green leaves. And then to close the box, you can open it on either end, and what I use to close the end of the box is just some very beautiful blue seam binding. So this is very simple. This could be used as a stocking stuffer. If you have a gift bag that you've got other gifts that you want to give, you can stick that in a gift bag. You could probably even, if you wanted to, I think this would hold a gift card. Yes, you could even slide a gift card in with the chocolates as a surprise when they open it up. So stay tuned for the tutorial right after this. And please make sure you check out the other ladies in the collaboration. And I will see you next week. Thanks. Bye. Okay, so let's get started on our tutorial for this chocolate box that will hold 2 of the Lindor milk chocolate truffle bars. What you're going to need is your cutter, your scoring board, adhesive, pair of scissors, your if you've got a crocodile or a hole punch, and then of course your embellishments, some pattern paper. So I have a piece of 8.5 by 11 cardstock, and I'm going to cut this down to 6 5/8. 6 5/8 by 9 3/4. Okay. Now we're going to do some scoring. Get rid of that over there. On the 6 5/8 side, you're going to score this at 3/4 of an inch, 3 inches, 3 3/4, and 6. Then rotate to the 9 3/4 side, and you're going to score at a 1/2 inch, at a 1/2 inch, and 1 1/4 inches. Rotate it, 1/2 inch, and then 1 1/4. Okay. Then you're going to fold on all of your score lines using your bone folder to burnish. And then do the ends as well. And actually, this one, go ahead and fold it the other way as well. So it kind of looks like that, like peak and valley. Do the same thing on the other end. Fold it in the opposite direction. So this is what you've got now. And this is where I went ahead and I cut my pattern paper for my box, which I'm actually missing some pieces here. I don't know what happened to my side pieces. Alright, well, I'll have to cut some new ones. So let me see. I need this. Oh, that's not going to be big enough. Gosh darn it. Alright, well, I'm not going to worry about the side pieces. I'll give you the measurements for the side pieces. I don't know what I've just done with my other pieces. I got a mess on my desk here. Alright, I'm going to have to edit this video. Okay, so this is where I'm going to adhere my pieces of pattern paper. And these pieces I have cut at 7 1/16 by 2 1/16. I like to have just a little bit of a border all the way around. And then the other piece of pattern paper I have cut at 1 7/8 by 6 15/16. So I will adhere those to there. So I will use my ATG tape to adhere the pattern papers. I adhere this, lining it up with a little bit of a border around the edges, and then again using my ATG tape. Sorry about that. That was my daughter calling me. I had to take that. So, okay. So where was I? Yes. Add your tape, your glue, or whatever you're going to use as your adhesive to the back of your pattern paper. And then attach that in that box between the score lines. This will be easier to do this before you and fold up your box and adhere it, because you don't want to crush your box later on. So if you can see, those are my fold lines. So I've got my pattern paper adhered. And then again with the other side. Attach this to this piece. Which I completely screwed up. Alright, okay, I give up. I was able to get that apart, so I'm just going to add some more adhesive to the edges. And then attach this, make sure I line it up again the right way. Okay, I don't know what's going on. I think my paper is too long. Hold on a second. What is going on? No, I don't know what the deal is. Maybe my other one's too short. Nope. Well, maybe I'm just not lining it up right, I guess. Okay. Let's try that. Oh, that's a little better. I was just not lining it up correctly, I guess. Maybe the stripes were throwing me off. Too many stripes. Alright, so then again, use your adhesive. Move this out of the way. And then attach it to this section of your box. Again, between the score lines, leaving a little bit of a border. Just like that. And then if I could have found my side pieces, I would put that on. And these I actually measured at 5/8 by 7 1/16, and then a 1/2 inch by 6 15/16 for the sides. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to adhere my box together. I'm going to use some double-sided sticky tape. I'm going to run it all the way along the smaller edge, because you'll notice that when you do your box, you're going to have one flap that's a little bit bigger than the other. So I put the adhesive on the smaller flap, and I'm just going to burnish that down. Remove my backing. I'm going to fold this over and then take this flap and fold this flap over the other flap. And then I have a square tube. And then I'm going to take the ends and I'm going to pinch them and pinch them close. And that's why you want it to your other score line to go in the opposite direction. So that way you have this effect on the end. And then I'm going to take my crocodile and I'm going to go in with a smaller hole along the edge, and I'm going to sandwich, I don't know if you can see, all them pieces and kind of line it up in the middle and punch my hole. So I'll have a hole, a hole on that end, and then I'll do that again to the other end, kind of trying to line it up in the middle, just like the other end, so that they're even. Sandwiching all the pieces in there. If I could have a steady hand. And punch. And you'll do that on both ends. So you're going to squeeze your ends together. And then punch your hole. Make sure you have it lined up. Punch on one end. And then do the same on the other. Make sure you have it lined up, even with the other end, and punch your hole. Now you can see I got a little too close to the edge on that side, but you want them pretty much almost like 1/4 of an inch in. And that's where you will run your ribbon through on these ends, just like that. And then you will stick your chocolates in your box. And there you've got it. You've got a box for your Lindor truffle chocolates. So I will have a picture of both of these boxes right after the video. And thanks for watching. Bye.